Well, hello farming friends, it's me, your old buddy Mistermoose, back with another edition of Farming Simulator 2017. We are on Goldcrest Valley, and we're picking up where we left off. Yesterday, you may remember, we accepted a job to do a mission, which is harvest up this wheat field for $30,000. And as you can see, I'm almost done with it. We had 73 minutes, I believe it was, to complete the task. And we've still got about 27 minutes to go, but we're almost near completion. We've got 89% filled up in our grain cart here, or in our grain hopper. And as I said, with missions, the capacity of your combine doesn't matter. It's all about getting the job done. There's no need to empty or offload at all during the mission. It's all about just harvesting the field within the time that is given to you. And as you can see, we are getting very close to being done here. And you don't have to get the field completely done. So if you miss a little bit here or there, they'll let you by with that. So we should be pretty close to getting our field completed and getting paid. And then we can move on from there and see what we want to do next. As far as how much bonus cash we get is going to really determine what the next step is for me. If we get, you know, around $10,000 extra in time bonus, then I might consider go ahead and go into the store, purchasing some items and going back to our farm and working there. If that's not the case, though, I will probably end up trying to find another mission and doing that to make some more money, because after all, money is a good thing for us, and it helps us out as we continue to expand our farm. So we'll see here in just a short little bit, because that little sliver up in the upper right hand corner is getting ever so thin, and I think any minute now it's going to change the perspective for us, and the job is going to be done. But we'll look at what we got going on. I am using GPS right now to harvest the field, so it makes life so much simpler for you. You can get these fields done relatively quick. I gotta plug my track IR in. It's starting to get a little tired on me. So we'll get going on here, and maybe on this there. Looks like we're full. So any minute now, it's going to go ahead and tell us we completed this job. Because our little green circle is completely full now. Or is there just a ever so slight little slight there? I don't know. Alright, so we'll head down here, get this last little bit done, and then we get paid. There we go. All right, so you really brought your A game today. Thanks. Wow, look at that time bonus. So we got $30,000 for harvesting the field. We got an additional $19,477 for that. So, I mean, really, we got $49,800 and some change for that. So, wow, that was a lucrative deal right there. So now we're up to $64,000 in the coffer. So that could go a long way in the shop. Let's look at what we want to buy in the store. We definitely want to get a plow. Now, the plowing options for us are the Kuhn, which is a 2-meter plow, or I could go with the Amazon Chiron for 3 meters at $22,000. So that would leave us with about $42,000 after we purchase that. That's definitely the plow that I'm going to get. It's the largest 3-point plow you can get before you start going into the articulateds, and I really don't want to get an articulated right now. I really like this green Amazon. I used it a lot when I was first starting off in Farm Sim 15. It was pretty much my favorite plow until I started moving up into the bigger stuff to get things done faster. So that is probably the plow we'll purchase. So that leaves us with about $42,000. Now, we need to get a front loader as well. The front loader attachment for our tractor is going to be $5,400. Plus we need the pallet for it for $800, so that's about $6,200 that's going to come out of the coffers. So that's going to leave us with what, a little bit over 58, or excuse me, 30, maybe $37,000 left that we can spend. If we look at our forage wagon, which they now call the loading wagons, we can get a Pottinger for $31,000. So we could probably get everything that we need to go ahead and reset our farm right now. And then we could go do another mission later, which I wouldn't mind going and doing another mission, but in interest of video for the channel, probably not so much, because we do have this field up here, but it's still bright yellow. I probably could plow, cultivate, all that stuff in the time span that it takes for these fields. We could probably get these done before this field ripens all the way. So I'm going to go ahead and buy some materials, and then we'll go ahead, get those, and we'll work on getting the fields done. So we'll go ahead and get a plow purchased. So we'll buy that. Now, I do know you can lease things in the game, and that would save you a little bit of money. We could actually go lease that forage wagon and not purchase it. It wouldn't cost us nearly as much. Let's see. We got a plow purchased, and we want to get the front loader equipment. So we want front loader, and I believe it's the FZ30. It really doesn't tell you which one you need for which piece of equipment, but I pretty much think this is the one I want to get for here. So we'll go ahead and select that. And the color that we want that in, how do I just leave it in blue? I mean, let's leave it in black. It doesn't really bother me being in black, so we'll go ahead and buy that. And we'll go ahead and get ourselves a pallet fork. So we'll select that as well, buy that. All right, and then the last thing that we need to do is go get a forage wagon. So let's go back. To rent or to buy? I mean, to be honest with you, the Bergman is the forage wagon I eventually want, but the Pottinger will work for right now. And again, it's $30 a day in maintenance. That's $60 a day in maintenance. This one's $31,000. That's double the price. The rental on it's $3,000. That's just way too much for the rental on it. So let's just go ahead and buy it out. And we'll use it. It does a good job. It will work for us for now to go ahead and get the farm up and running. So we're left with $5,685, and that'll work. All right, so we head back to the farm now, and we can begin the task of getting going. Now, I really would prefer that there was a trailer in the game, like a utility trailer, for me to use to go get the implements from the shop versus driving the farm equipment all the way over there. But it's just not in the game that way. And again, in real life, if I bought that much of equipment from the dealer, he'd deliver it to the farm, and I would have it sitting there. I have mixed feelings about the way they did the reset point on this particular farm. In a way, I like the fact that everything resets to the shop, and that you actually have to go get the equipment. But at the same time, I do know that if I purchase something in real life, it would be delivered to me, and I wouldn't have to do that. Did I go the wrong way? I did. I took the wrong road. Oops. Gotta do a U-turn here, I think. Let's look at where we're at. Oh, we can go up here and take this road. That's field 5 up ahead. That's the one that we want to take the contract on to harvest. But man, that's a whole lot of harvesting to do. That's probably a 2-hour field. As far as what time they give you to harvest it. Probably take us about an hour, hour and a half to harvest it. It would be its own complete episode, to be honest with you. Alright, so we'll... Oops, that's not a parking spot. That ain't a parking spot. Well, it's a parking spot if I make it a parking spot, but it ain't a parking spot. Alright. Let's Go ahead and turn that off. We'll jump out of here and we'll head over to a tractor. We will go get started with this. So the tractor I want to use for the front loader, I think is going to be the New Holland that is sitting up here. So for the time being, I'll grab that cultivator and put it away. And we'll go get the front loader and we'll put it on the New Holland, which is the same one I used in the multiplayer. So we'll go ahead and get that started up. Go ahead and hook up our implement here. Go ahead and drive over and park this. $5,000. I forget how much the front loader attachment is in the customization for this. Hopefully I got enough money to do that. I didn't even think about that part of it. Should be able to. If not, what we'll do is we'll pick up the Pottinger, the forge wagon. We'll bring it up here, get the straw up off the ground, and sell it off, and then we can go back and get the front end attachments for this thing. Go third person, got the beacons rolling. I know this is a universal game. It plays on all aspects. You know, it plays in Europe, it plays in the US. But with this map being US themed, I wish they had to put the slow placards on the tractors. So, or slow vehicle placards that go on the back, the big red triangle. I wish that had been put on the vehicles. Because when they do all this stuff for Europe, they put all of the European, you know, 40 stickers on there for how fast the vehicle is supposed to run on the roads. Been nice if they had done that for the US tractors, but I noticed they didn't put any stickers on it. So maybe they're doing that as a way to not regionalize a tractor as much. Because to be honest with you, as a guy who lives in the States, I don't really enjoy the stickers on there that are European stickers on there. So I'm sure Europeans don't like American stickers on their tractors as well, so. Alright, so we got this pokey little car in front of us that we got to follow up. Head to the store and they'll pick up the goods. So if we just follow this road right all the way around, it will turn and go straight up to where the shop is. Nice little way to get there. Easy way to find it. I mean, technically, if I was driving on the road like this, most of the time I use my four ways, but legally you don't have to. If you're able to keep up with traffic, you don't have to, because it is a street legal vehicle in the United States. It has its lights, turn signals. Cool thing about tractors is you don't have to register them in the United States. As far as getting licenses for them, they don't have to have tags or anything to run them on the streets. They are street legal. Alright, so let's pull in and we will go over here to the customization area. Now we'll park our tractor and see if we can't put our front loader attachment on here. Maybe it's pretty cheap. Alright, so turn our turn indicator off, jump out. And we'll come over here to this, hit R. And no, we're not going to sell it, we're going to customize it. And up here where it says front loader attachment, we'll check mark that to yes. And it's $1,800 to add on the front loader attachment to it. We definitely want that. We'll set up this one. You can only have wide or standard tires. You can't have the care tires on these. You can only use the standard. So we'll go ahead and customize that trailer, our tractor, $1,800 down the drain, but that gives us the ability to use it as a front loader now. We can back her up out of here. Go get our front loader attachment for it. So we'll get our loader arms here and put them on. Slide right up in there. Oops. Attach that, back up. And we'll attach our pallet forks. Pull up here. Gotta see, attach that. There we go. Let's twist that up. Turn that down. For transport safety. And we'll pull around here. Get that pottinger. Hook up to it. There we go. And we'll head back to the farm. Turn our beacons back on. But apparently they turned off when we were in customization. Alright. Roll around here. Like a so. Go to the stop sign. Take a look at where we're at. Traffic looks good. Drive right on across. We have to make a little left-hand turn here. So signal, make our left. Right-hand turn. There we go. And we'll head back to the farm. So the graphics in this map are great. This is probably the best farm sim map they've put out as far as the graphics and the look and feel of it. It just looks like a real town and feels like a real town. You know, you got your diner, you got some houses, cars, little parks. It just feels like you're in a little town. But at the same time, I still don't like the way they've got everything so spread out to where pigs are here and sheep are way over here and dairies clear across the map. I'd like everything to be a little bit closer together, you know? Alright, so we're back on the farm. We can turn the beacons off. Don't need them once we're on our own property. And we'll head around here. And first thing I'm gonna do is go take my loader arm off, get rid of it. I don't need it right now on the tractor. Or actually what I could do, let's just do this. Let's go ahead and, yeah, we'll do that. Let's take it with us. I was going to say I'd dump it and just grab a different tractor, but that's fine. Let's just bring this right here, and for now I'll go ahead and put this down and make sure that I'm on the loader arm. Disconnect that, back up. There we go. And we can head up here and start collecting straw. Alrighty. So let's go ahead and engage our collector, drop it down, start grabbing our straw. And collecting that windrow. You know, that's funny. The collector head sounds like a ratchet. It sounds like somebody's tightening a nut with a ratchet. pretty funny. Alright, turn around here. We probably needed to go up one more row. That's alright. We'll get this field cleaned out. And then we'll be ready to go ahead and work on the next part of this. So that's pretty good. Do one mission, make enough money on it to get all the equipment that we need. We can look back and then come back. Oops, getting a little off course there. I do like my track IR. I think y'all picked up that by now. Alright, so get all this straw collected. We'll sell it off. There'll be plenty of straw in the future for baling. And for animals. We are nowhere near needing animals yet. (72%, 78%). So we'll probably go sell off when we get to the end of this row. We won't be completely full. Now, that is 90%. I'll tell you what, we'll go up this. I want to get a complete load and see how much we get for a complete load of straw. 95, 96, 97. And there's the buzzer to let us know that we're almost full. And we are full. So we'll go over here to the barn, and this is where you sell off your straw. I think you can drive through it. I haven't tried. Yep, drive right on through. And we'll go ahead and sell off our straw. Oops, hit the wrong button. I still make that mistake. I still think to myself, oh yeah, I can just hit Q to dump everything out. So $1,000 for a trailer load of straw. And the little thing's gonna stop me here and tell me how to get rid of straw and hay. So $1,000 a load, that's pretty good. And we'll get back up here and get some more collected up. Here we go. So again, for those of you who are wondering why I purchased a front loader arm and then took it right off. The loader arm is so when we start seeding, I'll be able to use the seed pallets and use them to refill the sewing machines. And again, I know that I could just back up to them, hit reload, and it will fill them up. But I want to do it the way they're designed to be used. They're designed to be bags that you put over the seeder and drop the seed in. That's the way you use them in real life. So usually they either have a tie on the bottom of them, or if they're in reusable bags, they have some loops at the top that you put the loops usually through your pallet forks, and then you typically will take that, hold it underneath your seeder, and open up the bottom of it and pour the seed out that way. Or if they're in non-reusable bags, some of them will come in like a plastic mesh bag that is made of like a sort of like a trash bag type material or a ripstock material, and usually we'll pull those over and just cut the bag and dump it in. All right. This won't take long to get this straw picked up. That worked out good. I wasn't really excited about doing 2 missions back to back, so I'm glad we made enough on one mission to be able to get all the equipment that we needed so that we could move forward with getting the farm set up. So we should be able to set these fields, and then once they're set, then work towards look towards doing another mission, making a little bit money with that. And then once that mission's done, we'll see if we can't work on something, work on in the next step of fertilizing our fields. Hopefully the only thing is, hopefully there'll be a pretty lucrative job available for us to do once we get all these fields set, so that we'll have the money to be able to buy that weeder, because the weeder is like $30,000 if I remember correctly. Get this deposited out of here. There we go. Let's look in the store real quick. The weeder is $34,000 that we want to get. So hopefully we find a nice job. I really want field 5 to be available so I can go harvest field 5 and be able to get the money off of it. That will just be huge if we can get that job. And I'm sort of in the back of my mind debating on whether I should have done that before I started all this. But I'll keep an eye on it. If it gets to orange while we're in the middle of plowing and all that stuff, then I may have a change of plans. We could do field, like I said, we could do some plowing, do some cultivating, and along the way, if we have to go do that job, we'll go do it then. My goal though is to start getting these fields set. I could always do that off camera. Like I could go do a mission off camera, because it's harvesting a field. I mean, there's no tipping involved or any of that stuff, so you guys really don't need to watch it. What I could do is, like, at the end of an episode, I could go start a job and do the job off camera, and then just come back like I did with the first mission. Just come back at the end and show you guys how much money I made, and then pick back up with our farming. So I don't know, we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. I don't know how much contract work we'll be doing. Probably a lot though. Probably a lot. Alright, so that is done. I love how that engine changes based on the load you put on the engine. Alright. So we can go ahead and put this in here. Dump it out. Alright, and just for the interest of equipment storage, I'm probably going to park this right here. Because I'm the only one working on the farm, and I'm going to leave that in that barn. And then I'll take this down here, and we'll go ahead and hook it up to the front loader and park it. Alright, so this is going to be our dedicated front loader. There we go, leave it right there, make sure that it's down, forks are level on the ground. There we go, go ahead and shut the engine off. Oops, shut the engine off. Now jump out of it. And we'll head ourselves on across. Yep, seed and fertilizer. We know all about it. We're good with seed and fertilizer. Let's run up here to this tractor and get it. We'll go put the planter up. And we will run and get our plow. I like these Case 1455s. Really nice tractors. There we go. Let's go ahead and grab this guy, fire him up. Pick up our seeders. You can see this Great Plains seeder lets you fertilize and plant at the same time. For those of you who haven't played the game. We'll go ahead and hit this water marker here. That'll tell us we can get water here. Yep. Fountains can refill your water. So we'll run this guy over here. I'm going to drop the seeder off. And then we'll head over to the shop, pick up our plow. And we'll come back and start breaking ground. I like that they modeled lights inside of here as well. That was another little detail I noticed the other night. Was under the sheds. They've actually modeled lights into the sheds, so at night there's a little illumination underneath them. At least on that one there is. I hadn't looked at these up here. The farms look really good at night when the lights go down, or when the sun goes down and all the lights come on in the buildings and stuff. They look really good. I don't think I've been in town during the evening, but the farm itself looks really good. Alright, so let's go ahead and turn our beacon on. So we got those on. Get our turn signal on. Check for traffic. We're good to go. All right. What's the speedo in town? 25, so we can run the speed limit. So again, it's one of those things where I wouldn't really need to run hazards because I'm not slower than the rest of the traffic. Now, if I had an implement on the back, I would probably turn the hazards on. A trailer, not so much, but a plow, yeah. So when we pick up this plow, I'll probably roll back with the hazards on. Turn the flashers on. All right, nearly here. That truck go by. All right, so we'll wait for these two dudes to walk past, and then we'll wheel in here and not run them over. There we go. All right, back her up. And we'll go ahead and connect up, and we will head out. All right, wait for this car to go by. Nice. All right. There's O.J. Simpson again. No. Alright, so we check outside. I got my flashers on. Oh, you know what? I should have folded that up. I forget on this thing you store it unfolded, and then you can fold it up for road transport. Oops. Completely forgot about that. Yeah, that was a traffic hazard right there. It's amazing I didn't sideswipe O.J. Simpson. I know it's a dated reference, but come on. White Ford Bronco or white Ford Bronco looking truck. Alrighty. Back to the farm we go. Alright, so for those of you who haven't followed my channel before that might be watching this video, I tend to plow every time I plant. But in the game, you only have to plow every like 2 or 3 times. Like you can cultivate like for 3 plantings, but on the 3rd planting I think you have to after that you have to plow in order to get the planting bonus. But I like to plow period, so I tend to plow on every time I do a planting. So you're gonna get sick of me plowing, but it's just the way I play the game. But all of these fields regardless need plowing right now, so I'm gonna have to go ahead and plow them. So let's set up to plow. And we'll go ahead and address the field here real quick. I want to pull where my left front wheel is just out of the field so that it's riding on the grass over there. And that should get me all set up. Now I can turn Courseplay on to, I mean not Courseplay, but I can turn GPS on to help me out with this. And if I lock it up, it'll give me that blue line that'll be my offset. Which is where the tractor needs to run for the field to get planted, but it is a little bit off. But let's move that over. And technically that's where it needs to run. That looks about right. That looks about right. And then on my offset, which is the blue line here, the green line is the normal track and the center of these 2 lines, but the blue line is the offset for where the tractor needs to go so that the implement is within the lines and plowing within its in its allotted space. So you have to have that set up. And then if you want it to flip every time that you go through the field, you want to change it where it has an automatic offset flip. So we're going to turn that on. Alright, so I can go ahead, lower my plow down, and oops, I made the same mistake I think that I made the other day. I want to make sure that it says allow to create fields, that way it stays within the constraints of the field. We're good to go. Lock on there and we'll go ahead and start plowing. Now I can plow with or without GPS. It really doesn't bother me either way, but it does make it a little bit simpler to use the GPS. The trick to it is once you make your initial plow, each time you come back through, if you just put your inside tire into the furrow, it'll plow just fine. Most everybody has gotten away from using a moldboard plow like this because most of the mods that got in 15 were all like chisel plows or disc or something like that. So probably a lot of people are out of practice using these. Well, we'll rotate around, rotate our tool because we're heading to a new direction, and then we'll pull forward. And again, if our offset has flipped sides in GPS, so we'll just pull up, address that, drop our plow, and head on down. In the game, it's not quite like in real life. In the game, you would have the front wheels in the furrow, but in the game, if you're right up against them, it'll plow out just fine. Alright, so I can lift the tool out there. Change my course. Normally I do like a figure 8 when I come out of the field. Some people do it differently. Some people like to come out, do 90 degrees, and then back up, and then turn around like a 3-point turn. If you got room, I usually like to do like a little figure 8 pattern to get back in the field. Alright, she's plowing out good. Yeah, I love the throatiness of the tractors. They just sound so good. Alright, let's go first person on this. I can turn the flashers off. I don't need those anymore on the field. Alright, so what I meant by figure 8 is if I come around like so, hit my rotation button, and then I just spin it around almost like I'm trying to make a figure 8. And then approach back up, make my line, hit my GPS. When I get in the field, go ahead and set my plow, and I'm off and running. What do I got on? I still got flashers on. Still got beacons on. I can turn all that off. Alright. Get a little screenshot for our thumbnail. Alright, raise that up. Again, just pull out, swing around, hit the rotation button, come back in, lock on, and look to see that we're in the field. We are. Drop the plow and get on at it. But anyways, hope you guys are enjoying Farm Sim 17. We're going to get back into daily episodes of Farm Sim. Might be 2 episodes here and there as we get started. Try and get caught up and get ahead. But let me know what you guys think about Farm Sim 17 and the videos. What do you guys want to see in the videos? I know everybody wants to see mods and stuff like that, but I mean, honestly, we just got the game, and I don't really want to mod it up right now. I want to play the game as it is with the stock equipment and things like that, and people are already like taking stuff out of the game and modding it and making new variations of it already. And you know, like I said, we're not even a week into it. So some of the mods, like your essentials, I would love to have glance back. Course play would be great to have back. But you know, things like drive control, GPS, those are sort of essentials for the game, and you need those. But do we really need 7 variations of the tractors right now and stuff like that in the game? I haven't even scratched into the inventory in this game with all the different tractors you have and all the different configurations you can do with engine sizes and road tires and fat tires and standard tires. And I mean, there's enough that you never need a mod for a tractor unless you just want a John Deere tractor. But there's plenty to play with right now. There will be those that immediately want big, wide, huge 50-foot, you know, disc plows because they don't like moldboard plows. And I understand that. They're not everybody's cup of tea. And it does take time to plow this way. It is not something that you can do in 5 minutes. Whereas if you get a modded 50-foot plow, you can do it blink of an eye. Alright, so let's lock up on that. Verify that that's the right way. Alright. So I'll plow through the field. But once I get it plowed, I'll flip around and cut across the headlands and clean everything up, square it on up. And we'll have that part of it done. Plowing ain't so bad on these. They're pretty small fields. So make sure that's in the right position. All right. So we should be able to get this field plowed for this episode. And then we'll move forth. But yeah, I think what I may do is I may plow this field and get it done. And we'll call this an episode once we get it done. And then off camera, I will probably go run a job. And go harvest the field so that I get a little bit more income. I'll make sure that when I record videos, when I start and stop, I will make sure that I state, you know, what my money is at the end, and then that way you guys can see where we left off and where the money's coming from and so forth. Because when I play on hard mode, I like to make sure that you guys know where all the funds are coming from, and so it's just not like all of a sudden, well, how did you end up with that $80,000, you know? So when I sell things off, when I sell fruit, when I buy things, I usually like to do that on camera so that you guys can keep track of it while we're going at it. That's the way we did things when I did North Brabant and did that series, and a lot of people really enjoyed doing hard mode on it, and we tried to keep it unmodded as well. So I'll try to do that. I'm pretty much going to play this one for the most part unmodded, as far as things that equipment like tractors and things that might not cost as much money as the in-game stuff does. So we'll definitely try to keep with that. Yeah. Maybe I start the mission on camera, like, and just edit out the whole harvesting section of it so you can see what mission I'm taking, and then when I complete it, show you what I did, how much money I made. I don't know, I'll figure it all out. Again, I'm not one to do a whole lot of editing on my videos. I tend to like to do the videos in real time, and because then it shows you how much time it took me to actually do something, for the most part, you know. And for those who, you know, some of my videos aren't necessarily for the die-hard farm sim people as much as they are for people who are on the fence and learning about farm sim. They're new to farm sim. They don't necessarily have a good grasp of what's going on. you know, I get beat up a lot of time about how long my videos are. They're too long, learn to edit, all that other stuff. But the thing is, my video isn't necessarily made for the person who wants all the information in 15 minutes. My videos are typically made for people who want to get the information and they want all the details. They don't want the Cliff Notes versions. They want the whole full production. So because it helps them really grasp the information and understand it. And so that's the reason I tend to keep things a little bit longer. Somebody said that to me even today. Geez, man, your GPS video is an hour long. It is, but I cover every bit of GPS in that 30 minutes, in that 1 hour, you know. I could probably have made it even longer. So, but there's a reason there's a pause button on YouTube. But if you don't like the hour-long videos, watch half of it. Come on back, watch the other half later. I think I'm going to do the last little bits of this without GPS on. Go old school, go free on it. Which we did a bunch of plowing the other day in the live stream, so you guys have probably already seen me do some plowing. Yeah, we'll do a little bit here. Go old school. Turn the GPS off. So in real life, what I would do is I'd drop my tire here in the furrow, lower down my implement so I'm plowing, and then I would just track that furrow all the way up the field. And pretty much if you're using a deep enough furrow, like if you're plowing deep enough, it's almost like you have a GPS on, because the furrow pretty much is going to grab the sides of the tires and not let you climb out of it. And it's pretty much going to steer the vehicle for you. You have to control it just a little bit, but you usually don't have to fight it much to keep it in the furrow. We'll do the same thing over here. Just come up to it, put that tire in there, drop it down, and we'll plow it on. And again, the cool thing about having track IR in the game now is I can lean my head over here to the side and I can really see that I've got that front tire riding right where it needs to be, so I'm plowing it upright. There we go. Come out. I can see when I hit the edge of the field, pull out of there, rotate, swing all the way back around, come back up to the field, address my furrow, make sure I'm in it. There we go. Come on up to the field, drop the plow, and keep on going. So this is the way, like I said, this is the way you do it in real life, and it works for you really easy. If you don't have GPS, this is the easy way to do it, and really, it works out for you plowing. It doesn't maximize out the plow with all of the overages, because the gamers have a little bit of overage on the plow. While it's a 3-meter plow, it probably plows a little bit wider than that. It probably plows out at about 3.2 or 3.5, somewhere in there. It's not really meant to do that, or it's there to give you that little bit of leeway to, as a gamer, if you're driving it without any kind of mods like GPS, it's so that you don't miss spots and stuff like that, and it gives you that little bit of leeway. Whereas GPS is made to be maxed out and give you the exact coverage that the implement will do. So as you can see, GPS is 3.6 meters is what the actual 3-meter plow is actually, if you max it all the way out, edge to edge, is 3.6 meters. But in all honesty, in real life, like if I'm plowing right now, you'll see where I go over with that edge. A plow doesn't turn all the way out to the very edge like that, because it's like a spade. So, but the game lets you turn it all the way out to the very edge of the mold board. So. Alright. That's not what I was doing. Back up. I'm not plowing with GPS there, Moose. There we go. Turn GPS back off so I don't get confused. We're plowing with the furrow. Anyways, so yeah, we'll get this field planted, or we'll get this field plowed, and probably do another job. And to be honest with you, you guys don't want to watch me plow all 3 of these fields over and over. It's probably going to be boring to you. So what I'll do is I will go ahead and plow all of the fields and get them plowed, and then we'll come back ready to cultivate. So between this video and the next video, my hope is to complete a side mission and plow 2 fields so that we can come back and actually probably plow and cultivate. Oops, I missed that a little bit. Let's raise that up. Let's do this. What I'll do is in the downtime, I will plow the rest of these fields, get those done, and then I will come back and cultivate 2 fields as well, so that when we begin our next video, I'll be cultivating the last field and we can start planting. And in that time, I will probably run a side mission as well, and I'll just give you the ins and outs of it, as far as how much money I made, and or what the job was and how much money I made on it. And that way we can get some stuff accomplished, and we're not spending a ton of time. We're not recording the next 6 videos of planting or plowing, because like I said, I know it's not everybody's cup of tea. Alright, so this field looks pretty much cut. I'll go ahead and turn around here, and we'll face these real quick. There we go. Come across the top of them, cut the heads, get all of this cleaned up. Oh, missed just a little bit there. So come back around, drop it. Get that done. And then we'll just go across the other top of it, and we'll be done. So anyways, hope you enjoyed the video today, guys. If you did, make sure you smack that thumbs up button for me. It helps out a lot. Share it with your friends if you'd like. That'll help me out as well. And come on back and join me for another episode. And we'll do it again tomorrow. All right, guys. Thanks a lot for watching. I'll see you later. Take it easy. Stay safe. Bye-bye. Well, I hope you enjoyed today's video, and if you did, I hope you consider giving it a like, maybe even sharing it with your friends. It does help me out a tremendous amount and is greatly appreciated. Also, leave some comments down below. That's really the only way I can gauge if you guys are enjoying what's being put out. Be sure to subscribe to the channel if you want daily notifications. I try to do a new video each and every day. Also, if you want to stay in touch with me and find out what's going on, our social links are down in the bottom left-hand corner. Twitter is where I usually announce schedule changes, live streams, and new video releases. Facebook's a great way to get in touch with me if you have any questions to ask. And of course, I am trying to get to 1,000 followers on Google+, which I know I'll probably be old and gray before that happens. But if you can jump over there and follow me, it would be super awesome. So if you like today's video, there's a whole lot more content on the channel. I hope you'll browse through it, find something to keep yourself entertained until the next video or live stream. Speaking of live streams, I try to do them nightly around 6 p.m. Central Standard Time. Until the next time, thanks again for watching. See you soon.